with those three things, you can actually sign a contract. So, I mean, I don't quite have the Steve Jobs effect where you can see my iPad screen, but I'll just show you, and timeline-wise, how long taking to sign a quick addendum is. So, I've got my email here. I just opened a email that I got from a realtor that has an addendum signed. Hold the button, it's going to say open and notarize. So that's the program there. The document opens. So I've got a 6-page contract here. It takes about 30 seconds to load. Literally all we're going to do, you're going to have a PDF version of the document on your screen. You can zoom in, zoom out. You find where signatures are needed. You get a $10 iPad pen, sign on the screen, click save, share, and send, and it's gone. So I've got the contract up here. Got it open to where my client needs to sign. Click the sign tool, literally sign the screen. So there's my signature on the screen. So you just zoom into wherever area it is. Like I said, I'm just signing a PDF there right now for fun. From that, just go edit file, share all pages, email. I type in the name of the realtor that it's going to. And it's sent. Like I said, we don't have the budget for it quite yet. We're working on the actual camera to link it out. So I've just received an addendum, signed it, sent the email, and my iPhone in my pocket just buzzed that the email is there. So that's literally how long it takes to sign an addendum. So for me, and if I'm out with clients, we're negotiating an offer back and forth. I don't need to sit in front of, if it's a multiple offers, I don't need to sit in front of the house with my clients in the car, waiting for an hour, hour and a half for them to get back to me. What I do personally, I love my wine. I take my clients out for a glass of wine. We sit there. If we need an addendum signed, get it emailed over, sign it, send it back. Like I said, worst case scenario, if somebody is dealing with something in paper, and I don't want to run back to the office and sign it, fax it, whatever, there's a program called Genius Scan. So I get a paper copy of something. I literally pull my phone out, open Genius Scan, take a picture of it. It will automatically enhance the text, crop it, save it as a PDF, and you can email that straight from the program to another realtor. So when you're dealing with someone else that is not using the technology in the same way, you can sort of get around that and turn it back digital very quickly. So I mean, Genius Scan, I think that's 99 cents. Fantastic tool, especially if you've got the new iPhone 4, because the higher resolution camera with the HDR functionality takes much better pictures. So you can actually, this morning I did a building inspection this morning, and I did that. I just literally took pictures of each page of the inspection report, cropped them, sent them off to the other realtor, and said, here's what needs to be done. So I don't need to take the binder, pull the pages out, scan them. It takes 10 seconds instead of half an hour. So little things like that start to add up. Yeah.
Just wondering about web forms. Is it compatible with the iPad now, or can you not open it up?
No. So that is one slight limitation that we still have. Is on the contract side is there is an iPad site for web forms. You can use it on the iPhone as well. And I believe you can open it on BlackBerry now as well. I think that just got released. What you can do is you can log into iForms and you can open and email any contract templates that are in there. What you can't do is actually edit the contracts.
So would you have a laptop, do a contract, send it to your Dropbox?
So typically what I do, there's two ways that I do it. Either I do the contracts up when I'm in front of a computer, and they're there for me to go and edit, like to sign on here. Or I keep blank copies of all contracts and basically all forms that you use on any sort of regular basis in my Dropbox.
What if you have to change like one item on the fly? Is that tricky, or is it kind
No, because what Notarize will allow you to do, aside from just signing, is you can actually type. Like the same as you would type into web forms. You just draw, so if you have a line on a contract, you draw a text box and you just type it in the same way you would type into a PDF in web forms.
Okay, last question.
You don't need to handwrite everything in.
And last question, any legality issues with any of this?
No, Kim Spencer is one of the primary legal advisors for the real estate board of Greater Vancouver. About 2 or 3 months ago, wrote a very strong piece on signing things, specifically on any sort of tablet, iPad, etc. is perfectly acceptable. Yeah.
Criminal security issues or any at all with Dropbox?
It's a third-party application. To some degree, you take your chances, but they're pretty
have two questions, but Dropbox, their back end is actually done by Amazon S3 technology.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of large organizations that actually use that. Like there's a lot of biomedical firms that use that.
Yeah.
With Notarize, is there any security on the file itself? Like is there any encryption on the file itself that encrypts? Okay. And Genius Scan, does it automatically crop the picture for you?
It gives you the automatic selection, so you make the final decision on where you want to crop it. You can change it, so it won't just do it automatically, but it will automatically pop up with the area that it thinks is relevant.
And then you can just, yeah.
Yeah,
select
and
it.
you can modify
And
the
you
size
said it
of it.
enhances the text?
Yeah.
So it's actually designed to take...
It's designed to take photos of documents.
That's cool. Do you
Yeah.
know if there's a PC version of that?
I believe there is a BlackBerry version of that, yeah. I believe there is. So like I said, I mean, those points for me are, on a day-to-day basis, what saves me the most time. It's just, you know, I'm sure everyone in here has gone running back to their office or home office at 11 o'clock at night to sign a contract, or to scan and fax a contract with a client, somebody. So I just don't do that anymore. I never run around looking for a scanner or a fax machine. I don't use them. Which, you know, it's honestly, it saves me hours a week. And that's really what all of these tools are for me, is to just cut down the amount of time that I spend running around. I know a lot of times they'll say we're just really highly paid couriers, which is sometimes what it feels like when you're running around just dropping documents off, picking things up. You know, for me, this really helps alleviate that portion of what we do.
About Genius Scan, so how does it work? Is it like a camera on
So it's a camera on your phone.
the phone?
Yeah. Yeah, so you literally just...
Is it with iPhone or BlackBerry?
I believe it works on BlackBerry as well. I haven't had a BlackBerry in a couple of years, so...
Is it a software application?
Yeah, it's in the App Store. So I mean, literally, it just... I open it up, Genius Scan. If I wanted to take a picture of the presentation notes, snap a picture, it'll automatically frame it, use, and email. Away it goes. So, and it's perfectly legible. Like I could send this to, if I had to send this to another realtor to sign it, they could print it, scan it, or fax it, and the quality would still be, you know, perfectly readable. Another tool that I use a lot is Evernote, and this is available on PC, Mac, BlackBerry, iPhone. It works desktop and mobilely, but it's a nice integration system. So basically what it is sort of a note collecting. You can collect photos, you can collect notes. So I use it a lot when I'm sort of managing a client file, rather than having sort of a folder full of paperwork and notes scribbled in, keeping basically a history on client files. So I say, okay, we went through the inspection, we found this, this, and this. I advised my client this, their response. We tried to get in here, we couldn't get access. Rather than just keeping scribbled paper notes in a folder for each client, which I used to do, everything's in an Evernote file. So I had every property, every client has an Evernote file. Anytime I have a phone conversation and I want to make sure, okay, you know what, something here seems a little bit off. I want to make sure if anybody ever comes back to me on this, I've got notes taken on it. It's basically like a mini database management system. So the functionality is not a full database. For me, it doesn't need to be. It's quick, it's easy, it syncs on whatever computer systems you have. You don't need to do Macs, iPhones, and it doesn't matter what you're on, you can use it, and it's brilliant for that. It can be something that you're in an inspection report and you want to say, okay, here's the primary concerns. You